So UFC 249 is on the way. Fingers crossed that it'll happen. Because this is a fight that needs to happen. For the lightweight championship of the world. Khabib versus Tony. The most dominant fighters the lightweight division has ever had. One is the champion, undefeated champion for that matter. And Tony, outside of being the champion, has the longest win streak of the lightweight division. In this video, I wanted to talk about the reason why Tony is the toughest matchup for Khabib. You know, everybody and their mother already knows that he's the most deserving and he's probably the toughest matchup. I wanted to talk about, why what he does in training and in fights makes him such a tough matchup for Khabib. Now let's talk about some of the things that we already know about Tony. Probably the most well-rounded fighter in the lightweight division. As we've seen with fights with Edson Barboza and Anthony Pettis, that he can strike with the elite strikers of the division. Cowboy. And if you know anything about him, his martial arts background kind of starts with wrestling. He's a very active kid, always participated in sports. And he understands wrestling even though he's been taken down by what some people might call lesser fighters or whatever. He still understands it. That's where he came from. He doesn't show it offensively, but he doesn't show it offensively in the cage, but he understands it. Killer ground game, we all know that. And that's probably the reason why he doesn't mind getting, I'm not going to take anything away from some of the fighters he's fought against, some of the wrestlers he's fought against. But I don't think he cares whether he gets taken down or not, because his jiu-jitsu game it's a force, and that's one reason why everyone's so excited and interested in this fight. It's because he's got so many submissions in his under his belt, primarily from the Darce choke, which he's damn near a master of. If you believe in being master of whatever, it's hard to argue that Tony isn't a master of that choke. Whenever he goes for it, he usually gets it, but he's so good at chaining it. From guillotine to Darce to anaconda, if it goes to the ground, and you defend the Darce, whatever. Always has immense pressure. He wants to make his opponents quit. And if you've ever seen his fights, generally what resonates with you when he fights is he's always moving forward. He wants to make the opponent quit. Unorthodox rhythm, very creative with whatever technique he uses. He'll even put his safety in danger just to break like a shared rhythm. Like you'll see fighters have a shared rhythm when the fight gets tough. They kind of copy each other. Tony rejects that. He doesn't want to copy. He doesn't want anyone copying him. He doesn't want to copy anybody. If he feels like he's falling into that, like that low kind of compliant game, he'll do anything to get out of that. So we know that about watching his fights, but it also comes together in his training. Even though he does some, unorthodox things when it comes to his training, it's to that same point. Generally, the only kind of clips you see of Tony is either when he's fighting, when he's doing a press conference, or when he's training. If he didn't have to do the press conferences, the only thing you would see of him footage-wise was fighting and training. Dude trains all the time. It's like what Eddie Bravo said about him. It's like training's his favorite sport. He's very committed to training. And creative with it as well, obviously. Whether you agree with some of the things he does or not, it has shown he's been successful as a fighter thus far. And from some of the things you've seen, like him kicking steel beams, or letting training partners kick his rib cage or legs, probably not at 100%, but still letting training partners kick him and stuff for conditioning those bones, calcifying them, and or whatever, it's compound fractures and all that. He's committed to destroying all weaknesses in his life. That's what you can see from his training. And he does constantly these, what people call unorthodox or weird or wrong form, training routines, exercise routines, whatever. The reason why he does that is because he sees training should be two things. It should keep you excited and constantly wanting to improve, which is what the guy does. And it should be also, it should be there to improve you in every facet, as for him as a martial artist and as a human being. So his routines and training, and his routines and training and the way he fights, it's all to grow as a martial artist. It's all to evolve the game. That's, to me, Tony Ferguson is probably the most important martial artist in MMA today because of the things that he does. I'm not going to say they're right or wrong, because with his track record as a fighter, that really doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. What it shows is that for him, it's created results. And it's almost like his mindset to training, his mindset to the game of MMA in general is almost like a renaissance, if you will, like another level of renaissance in MMA. and he's undoubtedly deserving of this title shot. I hope this fight gets through, and I can't wait for it. I hope, you know, although all these things are going on in the world, you know, I'm still going to keep my hopes up. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope it gives you like a better insight on Tony Ferguson and makes you even that much more excited for the fight. Thank you for watching the video. Like it. If you want to, you can subscribe for more content. I plan on doing one on Khabib, on why he's a dangerous matchup for Tony. And that's all I got right now. Hope you guys enjoy. Take care.